Man, it's 5:30 in the morning and I'm awake recording. Hey there guys, it's Prince Laruku here with more Golden Sun. In the last episode, we made our way to Emil after trying to... We did a whole bunch of stuff last episode, actually. I probably put way too much in that episode. I went to Bilibin, learned about Bilibin's stuff there with trees, and so we went to the forest area, found out that the forest area has been turned into trees as well. Then we came up here to Emil, where we're going to take the harder route of the game. Off screen, I did a lot of grinding. Everyone is now level 12. Zach learned Cure Well, and that's really it. Eric learned Heat Wave, and Roy learned Sleep. Mostly, Zach and Eric learned useful stuff, and Roy didn't. Because I'm never gonna use Sleep, because I don't use it ever. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started here in a mill. The first thing you want to do, come to this inn, and look at this little stove here, or oven, and you get some Lucky Pepper. Now, Lucky Pepper, as you might imagine, will increase your luck. Everyone has 4 luck, so I looked it up, and it turns out that luck is not the most useful stat in the game. Apparently, it determines the chance that you'll get a status ailment, and if you have a luck of 40, then you will never get hit by a status ailment. So next we're going to come up here, and this strange-looking snowman, we can move it. And we want to move it right there, because if any of you have ever played Generation 2 of Pokemon, then you know exactly what this is going to be. I think we have to do it from here, if I recall right. Yeah. I don't remember the exact movement, but because you have this here now, you can actually just go up. So you start here, right? You go left, down, right, up, right, and then up. And there you go. It's really not that hard. But here we get a fire gen. Neato. You better believe Fever is joining Eric, because now, because we have Fever on Eric, he gets a really nice boost. A really nice boost. Look at that defense and attack boost. And that HP boost, holy crap. Yeah, so now Eric has more HP than Zach, and that's how it should be. He'll get really high in base stats with his current class, but his PP is going to be really low. And that's the biggest drawback to Eric's default class, is that it just has incredibly low PP. And there's a way to get to that treasure. Just like that. Okay, basic puzzle solving. And here, you get a vial. Not too bad. That about does it for the random treasures in Emil that I want to pick up, because, really, there's nothing terribly useful. So we're going to go ahead and start and look in this house. No, we're not. Okay, we're going to get that treasure chest later, assuming I don't forget it. Apparently you have to go in and start talking to people. I guess I forgot that was the thing. So we're going to go into this church here. And you notice there's children. Well, I did, but... Sarah? Who's Sarah? No, we're not bad. Promise. At least I don't think we are. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So we've gathered that there's apparently an epidemic sweeping the place. Oh, thanks. This kid likes us. Interestingly, if you talk to him, though, he's the healer for the town. He basically does all your healer stuff. Kinda interesting how they got a kid to do it, and how a kid has, like, super mystical powers to revive the unconscious and remove curses. Is Sarah here yet? So, it seems from what we've gathered so far that this Sarah person is essentially some sort of, like, female Jesus. Because she might as well be, at this point. Because she goes around saving people. Apparently by healing them. What do you have to say? I don't know. Her palms shine with a blue light. See what I mean? They pretty much treat her like one. But a blue light, huh? Seems very interesting. It's worth noting that you can't actually buy anything in these towns. If you talk to these guys, they'll just be like, you want to buy stuff? And you'll be like, yeah, and they'll be like, well, yeah, we're sick. Same thing, well no, not the item shop. You can buy from the item shop because she'll have items for you. And here we can buy Sacred Feathers, which reduce monster encounters, as well as Elixirs, which heal status ailments. Sacred Feathers are really useful if you're just trying to get through an area pretty quickly. I usually don't use them though because the encounter rate in this game is actually pretty low compared to many RPGs. It's worth noting also, as I said that like 50 times, you can actually cure poison with an antidote, which kind of brings the point of why you would want to... Actually, is there any... That's repair. Whoops. Which would bring me to the point of why you'd kind of want to use the healer. I think the healer might heal toxic. I don't think that antidotes can heal toxic, but... Or is it deadly poison that I'm thinking of? I don't remember. But I think after we talk to those people and we found out about Sarah... Here we go. Whoa, wait. Is that synergy? I should have figured. So it seems she does go around town healing everyone. Hello, Sarah. Oh, we're just travelers. We heard there might be a group of travelers that came by here that we're looking for. And that was really shiny. Wait, lighthouse? Lighthouse. Only you can what? Alex? Hold on a second. Alex is in... That Alex? Okay, so there's way too many unanswered questions here. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and open this chest and get an empty bottle. The empty bottle is gonna be seemingly useless for a while, but it says it extracts water from a magic spring. That'll come into play very soon. But for right now, since we've done everything we can in town, and I'm not fully healed, but that should be okay, I do want to talk about something. So, I didn't mention this, but this game does have, well, I did mention this, but Jin can do summons, and I have been doing you guys a disservice. Because guess what? I'm gonna show off some summons. I'm gonna show off the level 2 summons for Venus and Mars Jin for you. So we're gonna get into a couple battles, and I'm gonna show those off, and then we'll head into the lighthouse, because I feel really bad that I never showed those off. Oops. So yeah, when you have 2 of them, we can now summon Kirin and Ramses. Ramses? Totally Ramses. I go with Ramses because of courage. Courage is a cowardly dog. So we're gonna go ahead and summon Ramses on you. Ramses. And then we'll just have you defend. And here's Ramses. As you can see, it does a ton of damage. And when you use a summon, your power will go up depending on which element you used. And here's Kirin. Kirin's pretty cool. And since Maulers are weak to those, they will die to those. And now we've classed down, and we must wait for them to heal. I guess I could show you guys the level 1 summons, but really, they're nothing like super special, and I'm gonna run around here in a minute while I explain. So when you saw that your earth power increases by that number, that increases your resistance and the damage. I don't think Jin heal here. Oh yeah, I guess they only heal in places where your synergy points would heal when you're running around. There we go. Anyway, when that number goes up, that increases your damage output with both that element and your resistance to that element, if I'm correct. I can't recall if it's that. I do know it increases the damage you do, but I'm not sure about the resistance. So anyway, now that they're recovered, and I've shown you guys 2 new summons, let's go ahead into the lighthouse. The Mercury Lighthouse. The Fountain of Healing. It brings rejuvenation to all that lives, but it seems like there's nothing there, so that's not good. And hello, Sarah. Oh? If someone is here, then I think we know who. Can I hear what? No, I don't hear anything. Yeah, and that means that Alex is probably here, which means that the people we're looking for are here too. So this could be our big chance. That it is. So, interestingly, as I say like 50 times, this is one of the few chances, and like one of the only chances you get to, read her mind. Not something you can do very often, but pretty cool that you can. There's nothing up here if I recall correctly, it just looks like there is. This area will come into play a bit later, but I just wanted to point out that there's nothing up there. So anyway, we're adepts, and we do what we do best by making glowy hands appear from our hands and then pushing them out of the way. Nope. Well, I'm glad you were paying attention. And wait, she just saw our synergy. So I was right. To members of the Mercury clan from generation to generation, huh? Kinda does, doesn't it? That's true. Although I guess they're more of a clan and more of like a village, because we do have two types of synergists, or adepts in Vale. Because I'm a Venus gen, and Eric's a Mars gen, so that's kind of interesting. Oh sweet, she opened the door. I guess that's what she meant by only she can get in here. So anyway, let's follow her. And she gets trapped by a green monster-y thing. Lovely. Since she can't seem to get around it, I guess we're gonna be the heroes to save the day. And apparently monsters being in here are unusual. And you can read her mind here again. She doesn't really say anything terribly amazing from mind read, but whatever. Let's go ahead and help. Now we fight the Lizard Man. Most things, if not all things, actually I'll just show off Heat Wave since I've got it. And I guess I can cast Sleep, but I don't see it doing anything, but it does make Sheep fall. And wow. Remember how I was saying it was useless and then it ended up not being useless? Yeah. Everything in this lighthouse is going to be weak to Mars, so basically Eric's going to be doing the most damage. There you go, Sarah. And you ran ahead again. You know, we kind of need to be here just as much as you do. Let's go ahead and follow her. Can't go to the left, and you can't really go over there either. And that other door on the right side just leads back up here. Once again, you can only go straight forward for now. And hey, it's another statue. Well, if you... Never mind. Wait. Really? Huh. So it seems she views Alex in high regard. Now that is an interesting bit of thing that you get if you do read her mind, is that she does value Alex. As for why that is, well, I'm not sure. But I'm sure you can figure something out. So let's go ahead and help her and move this statue. Yep. Well, yeah. Why else would we be here? We didn't just follow you just because we felt like it. I mean, I guess we could have, but, you know, we do actually have business here. Well, yeah, but if that's the case, then you should have been much more on our case about joining you. But hey, she feels you can trust us. And here we go, guys. We got the fourth member of our party, Sarah. Sarah is my favorite character in the Golden Sun game series. She starts with a Jin, which you can't say the same for all the other characters, which is Fizz, which restores HP with calming water. She has similar traits in terms of her Jin with Roy. She can become a hermit and increase her agility by a lot and all that stuff. She's rather slow. I think she's level 10. Yeah, she starts at level 10. If you're over-leveled like I am, then she's going to be a bit under-leveled in terms of where you are, and she also levels up the slowest. Or I think she's a bit... Yeah. She's usually going to be higher level than you, so do keep that in mind if you're doing this like a regular playthrough, or you might be like a level above her. It depends. Anyway, her synergy, as you might guess, is Mercury. She comes with Frost and Cure Poison as well as Ply. Ply is a really neat, and she also has Frost, Tundra, and Ice. But Ply is a really, really neat spell which heals 100 HP. It's really handy, because honestly, she has a lot of PP. She gets a little bit less than Roy, but her offensive synergy, or her healing synergy, makes up for that. We do have Curewell, which is 150 HP for 7 PP, whereas she has Ply for 4. So really, she's got the slightly better healing synergy, and she's going to learn more healing synergy as she levels up, obviously. And that's pretty much what she does. You can give her this and turn her into a Seer, and as you can see, she has very similar traits. Can we trade this? So yeah, that's a little bit about Sarah, and as you can see, she can also become a Pilgrim, because her and Roy are kind of similar. And that's how the party balances out, really. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and run forward here, since we can't go back. Now we've got waterfalls, and if you've ever played an RPG, ever in your life, then you know that I'm a liar. Yep, such a liar. Okay, let's get into a fight with a lizard man. Now, there's an interesting thing to note about lighthouses. When you're in a lighthouse, it amplifies the power of the adept that it belongs to. So I can't show it in this battle, but every single turn, Sarah will recover 4 PP when you're fighting something in this lighthouse, and that applies to whenever we're going to lighthouses that have the same element as the characters. So basically, what it comes down to is you can feel free to cast as many spells as you want. And we're gonna get that chest in a bit, but first we need to go and take the long way around. And that's gonna be the running theme of this dungeon, is that we end up running around and around a whole bunch, because we need to move this back, and that'll block off that entrance. But now we can go past everything, meaning we can go down these stairs and go pick up this treasure chest, which has a Psi Crystal. Psi Crystals will heal all of your PP, and they're really only useful for boss fight, or major boss fights if you ask me. Honestly, I'm probably gonna save them. Since you're really not usually hungry for a PP if you do everything right. And like I said, the encounter rate in this game is relatively low anyway, so it kinda doesn't matter too much. Hey, we're gonna head over here, except not really, because I lied, because that's the wrong way to go. And we're gonna go down this ladder here. Take the long way and get into more encounters with ooze and gnomes! Yay! Let's do Flare Wall. No, we'll do Ray just for fun. And she's got Frost and Tundra. Tundra is the stronger version of Frost, so you're probably going to want to use Tundra more often than you are anything else. Just cast level 1 Quake, which isn't doing a lot of damage at all. Oh yeah. Okay, so Sarah is weak to Jupiter's Gen as well. And that's a little bit of her spells there. She's really more of a support. Did I go the wrong way again? I did. I totally went the wrong way. I'm such a doof sometimes. Jeez. I need to go the long way around. That's really the biggest problem I have with this lighthouse, is that most of it literally just comes down to taking the long way. Like, look. Now we're gonna spend an eternity pushing the statue all the way to that button. Like, I don't mind, you know, puzzles, but some of these puzzles feel more like just padding. Because really, do we need to spend this much time pushing the statue all the way to this button? I mean, I do have some minor complaints with this game, like, it is not a perfect game. But, you know, this is still a really minor complaint in the long run. But there we go. And then the game is nice enough to give us this slidey thing, so that we can get into more random battles. Huzzah. And I'm not going to cut this one out, because I haven't shown too much of Sarah yet, because that would be kind of silly. Interestingly, since she is of this element, she's not going to be terribly useful in terms of her synergy here, in terms of her attack synergy, since everything here is going to resist Mercury naturally. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to do too much. I don't want to cast too high level of synergy at this point, though. See, she recovered 4 PP there. I went a little bit too fast. But that's the thing about this lighthouse, is that she will constantly gain PP, so you can feel free to pretty much spam her synergy, and you'll almost always get it back really quickly. Anyway, now that we're over here, we can slide down this hole. Whee! He who honors the heart of the goddess shall stand at the center of all, like a swan in the center of a rippling pond. Now, this puzzle is a jerk move by the developers. So, you can only really move forward. And you have that puzzle, or you have that hint that says that you have to honor the goddess. So you're probably thinking, well, how do you do that? Well, you hit the A button, nothing happens. So you go and check your synergy, and, you know, cure well, catch, move, retreat. None of those sound like they'd be really use. See, move doesn't do anything, she didn't react to it. You can't read her mind. You can't cast Whirlwind on her. So you're probably thinking, what the heck do you do? Well, why don't we try out a new character? Can we maybe use Ply? And there you have it. You can use Ply outside of battle. Now apparently I got something wrong and I thought that you had to set it to a button to use it, but I'm a dirty liar this episode. This is the dirty lying episode, apparently, of Golden Sun. So anyway, now that we've worshipped the goddess, we can actually step on these. And as you notice, 3 rings will appear over our head, and we can walk on water, but only for 3 steps. It counts as 3 blocks. So basically, what you want to do is you want to try to make it so that you can get to every single one of these in a single jump. And you can only move in like so many directions, so it's not like hard. Now we can go up here. And if you do run out, then Zack will fall into the water, flail around a bit, and then you'll go back to one of these, so it's not like anything bad happens. You don't lose HP for it either. Anyway, now that we got through all that, come around here. That treasure chest is a dirty, evil, stinky cheat. It is a smoke bomb. Either a smoke or a sleep bomb. Either way, it's not worth getting. Don't waste your time, because if you get that, as you notice, the only way to get back is to take the long way around. You have to do this area all over again. Anyway, leap of faith there, you just jump down here. And then you get to the other side. And again. Wow, it took like 2 steps. And I was just saying how the encounter rate in this game is good, too. I gotta get used to having 4 characters. It's really weird getting used to 4. Anyway, now that we got Sarah, it is worth noting. Oh my gosh, that is like my catchphrase at this point. I might as well just make that a thing, you know? It is worth noting. If you get Sarah before you go to the forest, which I want to call the Kokiri Forest, but that is not what it is, you will get some unique dialogue with her. But the reason I didn't do that is so I could get Granite, just because, you know, I really wanted Granite because that's going to be super handy. Anyway, now the game will not make me a liar, and you can go behind a waterfall. And we need to go through here. I don't recall there being anything in this waterfall? No, okay. It doesn't hurt to check. So anywho, we're gonna go up here, and we've got a bit of a puzzle again, yay! Alright, so first you want to push this one, because really you can't do anything else with this one. Now what you want to do is you're gonna push this one. And as simple as 1, 2, 3, we'll just push this one too. When you do that, you get a really awkward transition to the other room, showing that the water is filled. I don't think there's anything over there. I may have just screwed up that puzzle again. Crap. I wanted to check for items, and I may have just messed it up. I don't know, does that get rid of the water? I don't think it does. That wouldn't make sense. Let's see. It totally does. Okay. Note to self. Don't do that. There's no items to the left. Don't do that. That's bad. That's really bad. We're gonna go ahead and push all these. Fill up the water again. And it's gonna make the awkward transition screen again. Yeah! I've been watching Odin too much because I'm starting to sound a bit like him. So now we can actually cross the water. And we're gonna continue our way up and go into a pointless room that just makes it feel like we're going higher into the tower. Alright, so now we got this button here. You can sit on it and push it, or you can push it down, open the door. Nothing happens though if you step off it. Actually, something does happen. Oh my gosh, words. Now this is a really cool puzzle right here. I really like this one. So we're going to go ahead and go up here, because we need to go all the way around. As you notice, there was water being pushed because of this one being right here. So let's go ahead and push this to the left. Now obviously this is going to go until something interrupts it, and it'll push that one. So, now that we've done that, there's a nice convenient staircase here. We can push this one back here, and that'll push that one down. But now we need to get that other one to work. So what we're going to have to do is you have to go all the way up here again. And let's push this one to the left. And I will not make that joke. I refuse. I'm better than that. I am better than pop culture references. Now we can move this one down. And this will intercept this pipe right here. And the statue will fall into the hole. With a really cool sound effect, too. And there we go. And now, because padding is a thing that exists, we can push this onto the button. And there we go. We've opened the door. But we're not going to go into that door this time because we're going to do it next time. That was an awful transition into the outro. I'm sorry. Anyways, next time on Golden Sun, I think, and except I know, we're going to go through this door, and we're going to see what the rest of Mercurial Lighthouse has, and maybe learn a little bit more about Alex, because apparently Sarah knows something. That's kind of fishy. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one, and I'm probably going to record this one late at night when I'm sleep deprived again. Bye.